Hello world, it's Kurtis Potter with Boundless Inspiration. I'm wearing the shirt today again. It says Born Boundless. And, I came to you this morning to talk about that because sometimes we are born bound. And the reason why I say that is because I got news yesterday that my cousin passed away in his sleep. He never woke up. And see, the thing is, he was born with some mental handicaps and some health issues. He just turned 18, and his whole life he had been in and out of the hospital. They still don't know why he never woke up, but he never lived to be married and start a family, start his career. There's a lot of life, that he could have had ahead of him, 80 plus years. And this is now going to be the second funeral I'm going to have to attend in a month. And they say funerals come in 3. So my heart's heavy for the next one that I'm going to hear about if that's true. And I've seen that trend be true many of times in my life where I've had to go to 3 funerals in a short amount of time. So one of the things that I say routinely whenever I come into the presence of somebody that's kind of being negative, a lot of times it happens when I'm checking out at a store. I'm like, hey, how are you doing today? You just kind of have some short talk with the cashier, and a lot of times they'll be like, it's all right. And I say this to them often. I'll say, just all right? You're not great? You're 6 feet above ground. They're like, yeah, that's true. And then I'll say, at any given moment in your life, at the snap of a fingers, there's at least 1 million people, and likely a lot more people on this earth who would switch you lives. In the snap of a finger. And sometimes they'll be like, okay, I'm a cashier at Kroger, or I'm a cashier at a gas station. How you think that? And I'd say, well, think about all the people on this globe that are right now slaves in a sex trafficking ring. Not only just in other countries, but it's happening here in the United States. Yeah, think about all the people around the globe that are starving to the point where you can see their ribs because they don't even have food or water. Think about all the people who are homeless. And yeah, there's plenty of them that they could make the decision to change their lives and not become homeless. But you know what? Likely they're stuck in some mental challenge where they're just stuck or have a drug habit that they started for some type of reason and they could never get over. Think about, there's so many people right now that are addicted to drugs and they cannot defeat it. They'll want to try, and they'll start to try, and then they'll relapse and ruin their life again. And it's a roller coaster of being weak-minded and being controlled by a substance. Think about, you could say, well, I'm broke. I have nothing. I barely have $1 to my name, 2 pennies to rub together. I just lost my house. I'm filing a bankruptcy. Okay. This is a new day for you to start your life over again and take all those lessons that you learned from all of that and not look at it as a burden, but look at it as a blessing. There's plenty of millionaires and billionaires out there who have filed bankruptcy. Think of Donald Trump. He filed bankruptcy, and it was just a couple years later, he was the president of the United States of America, one of the wealthiest people in the world, after filing bankruptcy. So it's all about a choice and how you look at things. When I was putting together my notes for this video, I was thinking about a friend of mine who had lost a child to cancer. So from birth, their child was just struggling with illnesses. They ended up finding out it was cancer, and they had to go through years of chemo. It bankrupted them because financially, all that medical debt. They had to file bankruptcy, lost their child. So there's people that spend their whole life in and out of the hospital. So if that's not you, then you have that to be thankful for. If you have a roof over your head, even if it's not the nicest of nicest $1 million homes or whatever, you have a roof over your head. I was even speaking to one of my buddies. He lives in a mobile home trailer. Him and his wife, they had one vehicle. And I was just talking about him, and I had the right intentions. I was trying to inspire him. And he said, look, Kurtis, you know what? I'm blessed, and I'm happy where I'm at. Yeah, we may only have one vehicle, but my wife's a stay-at-home mom, and she gets to bless me by coming and dropping me off in the mornings and picking me up from work every day. And that's a moment that we get together every single day. And there's sometimes where, I've had a rough day at work, and I'm excited to just see my wife and appreciate that she's serving me as a husband and picking me up. And that also, I'm not one of those types of husbands that's like, no, I'm taking the vehicle, you're going to sit at home all day and clean. He's like, no, I'm glad that I get to be the type of husband that says, you know what? Yeah, the vehicle's yours today, just like every other day. Go as you please. She can go to the grocery store, so she doesn't have to do that while I'm off of work. And he said, you know what? There for a while, I was trying to keep up with the Joneses, and I thought about, hey, I need a better house, I need a better car, I need more cars, I need better clothes. And he said, you know what? But for me living a boundless life is the fact that our mobile home's paid off. Our cars are paid off. We're not in debt to nobody. We have our monthly bills, yeah. He's like, but I'm happy, and I know there's actually people out there that have it worse than me. And see, that's true. So anytime you get in any place in your life, even if you're at the lowest of low, I just want you to remember you have it better than plenty of people. Studies show actually that if you earn $15,000 a year, so just a little bit over $1,000 per month, you're in the top 15 percentile of wealthiest people in the world. Now, that is the world. That's not the United States. No, that's not the top 15% wealthiest in the United States, but in the world. So that just tells you how many people in the world make less than 15 grand a year, which, yes, it's almost impossible to live off that. But if you and your spouse make 15 grand a year, that's 30 grand, and you can live off of that. You can live off 15 grand a year if you manage your money right. I'm sure you get food stamps, you get government assistance, you might get free insurance and stuff like that. So there's blessings out there to any situation. And when we look at them as burdens, yeah, we can get down in a pit and feel sorry for ourselves, that victim mentality where it's like, poor me. But it's a new day. Right now, you have the opportunity to change your life, no matter what it is. If your health's not right, you know what? Maybe it's time to start eating organic. Put down the potato chips and soda and all those things that are toxic and hurting your body, and start replacing them with the health things that benefit your body. You know what? For me, I had to get more sleep because I realized, I could go about a month of only getting about 4 hours of sleep a night, 3, 4, 4.5 hours of sleep. I used to just I can do this and chug energy drinks and everything. But usually about 30, 45, 60 days into a stint like that, I'll just come down with the sickness. I'd be down for 3 or 4 days and I'll just be miserable. And I had to realize, and I started researching, and it's like, okay, well, what amount of sleep do I need to keep my body healthy? And studies show now that 7 hours of sleep is usually about perfect, to where, you get 8, 9, 10 hours of sleep and you still feel like you're exhausted afterwards. I've been making sure I get 7 hours of sleep to get my body healthy, and I still wake up at 4 a.m. and I feel amazing. Every once in a while now, I even take a nap. But see, also coming into this winter season, I've been loading up my body with vitamin C and echinacea and all the different, and even vitamin D, because in Indiana, you get the vitamin D deficiency, and it used to drain my body. So I had to make that choice instead of getting in this victim mentality like, oh, I don't like winter, it's cold, and I'm down in the dumps. I said, what can I do about it? How can I be the source in my life and change the outcome? So I've been a lot more intentional about exercising going into this winter and going through the winter too, so I have more energy. So if your body's not what you like, you have the opportunity to change it today. You can go get a membership. There's gyms out there where you can go for $19 a month. Heck, I think some of them, I think it's Planet Fitness, will give you free pizza once a week. So you get a meal. I mean, that's worth $20 a month. Having 4 free meals a month, have that cheat day, the day they give you pizza. What about your finances? You can just go get a part-time job. And even if it's working 1 day a week, start taking that whole paycheck that you're not used to and start putting it towards something. My wife is amazing at hustling the Facebook marketplace. So that's a way that she makes extra income, is she flips things that she gets off of there. You know what? Somebody may not want it in our area, but you post it on an area in say Brownsburg, Plainfield, Indianapolis, and it's like somebody wants it. Yeah, we may have to deliver. It may cost us a little bit of money in gas, but that's just her side hustle and helping our family work towards our goals of changing our financial position. So we're in a financial transition, paying off all our debt. We just paid off her college. All her credit cards are paid off to help her credit. Now we're working on mine. Some of that bad debt that we had accumulated. It's just taking those little steps in the right direction. We both just attended marriage counseling on Monday night. And that was just us taking a stand saying, you know what? Our marriage isn't exactly what we want it to be, but we have faith that it can be and that it's a choice that we're going to make, because you know what? There's some people out there that are divorced right now and they're like, man, I would just love to have their marriage because they're still together. They still have a chance. They still have an opportunity to fight. They still have an opportunity to take a stand for their marriage. So even if ours isn't exactly what we want it to be, we still have it. You still have you. You're still alive. Like my cousin that just passed away yesterday, he doesn't have any more opportunities. And so many times I know for myself, and I've heard other people, man, I've got so much time. I'm only 20. I'm only 30. I'm only 40. I'm 40, so I got 60 more years. Well, the fact of the matter is you can die at any given moment. You could get in a car wreck on the way to work today and, be gone forever. I've watched some videos here recently about Kobe, one of the best basketball players, if not arguably the best basketball player of all time. I know that probably got some people going crazy because they're like, no, it's Jordan, no, it's James, whatever. But definitely in the top 5, top 10 best basketball players of all time. In his prime, health-wise. His family looked up to him. He's an amazing leader. He's going around speaking at schools. He was on his way to a sports camp to help kids. Got in a helicopter wreck. Lost his life. Another one gone way too soon. Even though he did amazing things, I'm sure the whole world thought he still had 50 more years plus of changing this earth. We never know when our last day is. So is that something that you're going to be in that victim mentality, not be the source, not seek help in your healing, not go to workshops and seminars and read books to advance your life? Every single day is a new opportunity to turn your life around. Every single moment in the day is an opportunity for you to turn your life around. It may be 4:27 in the afternoon and you say, you know what? I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired in this situation. You don't have to have a whole life you're sick and tired of. It just may be one situation that you know what? I've been telling myself that I was going to change this. This week is Thanksgiving, so I'm going to be thankful for all the ways that I'm doing exactly what I want in life. And that just tells me that I can do what I want in this situation as well. So even if you have that one situation, it's your choice to turn that around right now. And I have faith in you. If you're watching these videos, that I have faith in you, that you have a goal of being boundless, not having something that holds you back, not having something that's a master of you. You have it inside you to be the master of anything in your life. For me, I had to go and get help because there were things that I just couldn't accomplish on my own. I had those disabilities that was holding me back, whether it was my anger or my addictions or so forth. I knew that I didn't want those. So I sought help. I got accountability partners. I even told people I was going to do it. So that way, even if they're like waiting on me to fail, it drove me to not fail. I can't even tell you how long I've been sober now, and it feels amazing. There's been times where I've went through some hard stuff and I was like, man, I just wish I could smoke a joint. And then I celebrated all those times where I didn't. Man, I just want to go get a drink. I'm frustrated. I just want a whiskey and Coke. And I didn't. And then I celebrated the fact that I didn't resort to lower myself because I couldn't handle it mentally. I was going to cope with it instead of deal with it. I wasn't going to look myself in the mirror. Instead, I was going to look into the bottom of a bottle or the end of a joint, that Mary Jane. They'll get me cracking up and laughing and be like, you know what? Screw it. I don't even care because I'm high. I'm celebrating that I haven't resorted to that in a long time now. And it feels amazing that I made the choice to shift my life and take control and not allow it to master me, except for instead be the master of it. I hope this helped you all. Maybe even reflect on some of the people you've lost. We've all lost people. And I guarantee everyone watching this video can say, oh, I lost them way too soon. Don't live in regret at the end of your life saying, man, I wish I coulda, shoulda. Because you can. You have an opportunity to completely change the direction of your life. You just got to make a choice. I love you all. If you know somebody needs to hear this, or it's something that just hits you down deep, please like, share, comment, tag somebody if you'd like, challenge somebody to shift in their life. Tag somebody and say, hey, this is what we were just talking about. We have an opportunity. Give me some feedback on times when you have went from maybe looking at the glass half empty to looking at it half full, looking at the glass knowing that you can pour it back up, pour it full, even if it's been empty for a while, even if you've made some mistakes, you pour some in that cup and you keep adding to it, and now your glass is full. You're happy, you're healthy, you're kind instead of angry, you're better instead of bitter, you're helping people instead of being jealous, you're celebrating other people's victories instead of being jealous of them. You're appreciative of your life because you know that there's other people in the world that have it way worse. Just put it in the comment section how your life has become better and your appreciation level has become higher. I love you all. I hope this helped. Every single day, even if we're not born boundless, we may have just a couple setbacks. We have opportunities to head in the right direction. And if you're listening to this video, you're still alive, 6 feet above ground. So that's a blessing in itself. I love you all. Have a great day. And every single day, we're just getting a step closer to being boundless. See y'all later. Have a great one.